If Ivan does hit Florida, it'll be the third hurricane to hit the state so far this season, the third in a month. That hasn't happened in nearly 40 years. Governor Jeb Bush says he's no longer worried about hurricane amnesia. He's worried about hurricane anxiety. With us now from Key West is Rick Leventhal, who's up on the roof now of the hotel where he'll be working for the next couple. You know, I always found it interesting when working down there, Rick, that the people of Monroe County and the Keys took a lot of pride in saying, we don't leave.
Yeah, there are a lot of hardy souls down here. Certainly in Key West, the Conch Republic, people are a little different, if you will. And the ones who are still here aren't going anywhere, Shep. And the ones who I talked to on the street, they tell me they haven't seen this town look like this ever since they've been living here. And the place is pretty much deserted.
But I know a lot of people are staying behind. I guess that's the sense, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I talked to a police officer who told me he thinks about half of the 28,000 people left, and the other half are the hardy souls who aren't going anywhere. And, you know, we have been talking to them, and they're telling us, look, you know, we've lived here our whole lives, or, you know, this storm doesn't scare me. One of the guys told me that his biggest fear is looting.
Yeah.
And that does happen after storms. We'll give you a look around town here. Behind us here is where the sun sets every night. Tonight, we're probably around 3.5 hours from now. And, you know, the
Mallory Square?
In Mallory Square, thank you very much, which is usually very full of tourists. And
that cat lady's there. And
right.
The juggler.
And the fire eaters and that sort of thing. But, you know, I expect it to be nearly empty tonight. And then, you know, here you're looking at Duval Street over here, which, you know, would be crowded. It would be full of cars and people.
Wow.
And you see just a very slow trickle of traffic. And, you know, a few locals hanging around. We talked to a couple people, bartenders, whose bar is shut down. There's that blue awning down there. That's probably where we're going to have dinner because we hear that they're going to be open.
What is that?
It's some bar, and I think they're going to show the Miami FSU game later. So,
who are you picking, Canes or Knowles?
Wow, Canes.
Yeah, you know, that's what conventional wisdom. I guess they've beaten Florida State 5 times in a row now.
Yeah.
But now they're both in the same conference, and for once the ACC has something to talk about besides basketball.
But it's in the Orange Bowl, right?
In the OB down in South Florida, and I guess they did it today because they got rained out by another hurricane last week. And I don't know if you know this, but the Rebels, without Eli Manning, are going to Tuscaloosa to play Alabama on ESPN2 tomorrow night.
How did I know we'd wind up talking?
Well, I didn't know it, but I figured it's much more important. You see, the thing is, this new quarterback, he's a little shorter than Eli was, and he had a rough week last week, but I think the man can play football.
Does anyone know more about Mississippi football than you?
Oh, you bet, dude. I'm telling you, football is a religion, and Saturday is the holy day. I'm telling you that.
I don't think we're going to get a chance to watch that game because we're probably doing live shots all day tomorrow.
Well, take some time off to watch Bama and the Rebels, dude. I'm serious. It's going to be great stuff in Tuscaloosa.
I would like to do that.
There was a time when Ole Miss came to town and you just started the parties hours early. Those days are over now, young man.
Well, if we can get back on topic for just a
No, we can't. They're going to kill me because we're out of time.
Fine.
We know about the hurricane. It's coming. Hopefully it won't kill you there, Rick.
Indeed.
That's my hope.
I hope so, too.
Be safe, my man. You and your crew, man, they put Tricky in the worst places. Coming up, Florida bracing for a hurricane, in case you didn't hear. It's what it says right here, scrolling down. The state's still trying to pick up the pieces from Charlie and Francis. Your World with Neil Cavuto's on the way. Final thoughts before we leave on this September the 10th, 2004.